Oh, hello, chat. We're back. We're here. Doug is, in fact, alive and present with us here today.
Well, not present. My mind's always somewhere else, but still.
Right,
But it's
I
okay.
can only ask for so much.
Yeah, Chaplin will pick up the slack. He'll pick up the kitty slack.
Thank God for Chaplin,
Thank
honestly.
God. He just pulls. He does all the real work around here. Obviously, I mean, I was hoping nobody would figure it out, but I think it's just becoming more and more obvious.
It's
So
pretty apparent, Doug. I'm sorry if you think that
yeah,
you were
go back to
hiding
sleep.
that.
He's already back to sleep, so I mean that lie doesn't work.
Amazing, amazing. But yes, welcome back, everyone. We've been gone for like 3 weeks, I think, at this point, two
Little
weeks or
bit.
so. Yeah. So, welcome back. I feel like we definitely need to re-go over the rules so everyone remembers how to behave themselves. Okay. First and foremost, here we give priority to the bit messages and super chats since that is some real world money spent. Towards the end of stream, sometimes we have time for highlighted messages over on Twitch or regular chat questions over on YouTube. But please don't spam or repeat yourself over and over again in chat. You can get timed out or even banned if you're going to continuously do it.
Today.
On the YouTube side of things, we prioritize super chats that are $5 and over. We just get a large volume of questions, and this is a way for us to be able to prioritize and still get to the non-paid questions. Because as I've said a million times, we do want to get there. I promise. I swear we do. Okay. Um, Please watch the length of your questions. The longer it is, the faster we have to read it, the more likely it is that we're going to lose the point, and we do not have time to go back and figure out what you were trying to say. So short and to the point is better. If you absolutely must break up your comment or question into multiple parts, please keep it to 3 absolute max. Again, we might not figure out how part 2 related to part 10 that you just gave us. And we don't have time to piece it together. So 3 absolute maximum, please. No spoilers. Not everyone has had a chance to see the latest and greatest stuff out there. I'm trying to think what's even been recent.
Send help.
Yeah,
I think
I
that's what we get.
guess.
Iron Lung is
Iron
getting
Lung.
a lot of attention.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, those don't spoil those
Yeah, just
or
don't
anything else.
don't spoil things, okay? Don't be that person. Um, don't swear, Doug.
That's right.
I know you've been off the leash for 2 weeks,
Yes.
but rein it in.
Ran it. Yeah. Oh, I swear so much. God, I just drop f bombs every 2 seconds. They hear me all the time. I'm just it's awful. I'm sorry. It sounds abusive, but it's not.
It's not because I accept it. No. I feel like there's something I missed, but I don't know what it is.
Think we got it. Think we're good.
Okay. All right. Great. Cool. Then let's get to it. Dragon's Toy, thank you so much for that 70-month subscription over on Twitch.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Appreciate that. Holy crap, 70 is a lot of months. And fine, Doug. Fine. Another January gone and no review of A Long Kiss Goodnight.
I forget if that's on the list. Let me double check, make sure it is, because that is such a fun. And you're right, January is a perfect time to do that because I don't think that would do numbers at all, but I love that movie.
Jacob, thank you for the $5 super chat. Good news! Fire and Ash performed below expectations. Okay, real talk. I actually like these movies, but I'm done after 3, and I know you are too.
I was done before one, so yeah, they're just not for me. I had it's still a hit. I'm sure it made its money back, but yeah, I was saying before, like I just get the feeling because there wasn't as long a wait in between them, and literally nothing new is being added. I didn't think it was going to do as good as 1 and 2.
Yeah, chat, I've noticed that too. I was trying to fiddle around with stuff. Your video and audio is out of sync. I don't know. I
Oh,
don't
is
know what
it?
else I can do to.
Oh,
I was messing around with it before too. I don't know what else I can do to fix it.
I'm sorry. We are getting new internet coming in this Friday. I'm having new internet put in, so hopefully that'll stop a lot of these issues.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. I recently went to see Sam Raimi Send Help and thought it was a blast. Insanely funny, and Rachel McAdams' performance was fantastic. If you watch it, try to spot Bruce Campbell's cameo.
Yeah, I looked up who made it. Turns out it's a Fox movie because again, I was trying to find time to see it, and I don't know if I'll have time to see it on the big screen. But I was kind of like, oh, wait a minute, Fox is under Disney, so I can do it for a Disney December. So that'll force me to see it because I've been hearing a lot of great stuff. I'm glad to hear that because when I saw it, I'm like, oh man, this is going to be one of those where it's either going to be so boring because we've seen this so many times, the kind of eat the rich movies, or it's going to be great because it's Sam Raimi and he's going to add this level of insanity to it. And it sounds like that's what's going on. So I'm pretty, especially for a character, he just has this obsession with characters being abused comedically in his movies, whether it's Bruce Campbell or Spider Man. He loves doing that. So, yeah, I'm sure in the first half it's going to be her. In the second half, it's going to be him. So, yeah, that'll be a lot of fun to watch.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen 310 to Yuma with Christian Bale and Russell Crowe and or Rounders with Matt Damon and Edward Norton?
I've seen Rounders. I like that movie a lot. Like a lot of people, that's what got me into playing Texas Hold'em for quite a bit of time. I want to play it again. It's hard to find time and people, but I still love playing it. I haven't seen 310 to Yuma or the original. I think it's a remake. So I should probably get on that.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. What happened to Adonis?
I don't know.
Yeah, they moved and then we just kind of lost track of each other, you know?
I think I still got. Is it them or he?
I'm not sure what the
I thought
pronouns,
I
preferred
thought it was
pronouns
he,
are.
but he moved, and I think I'm still friends with him on Facebook, but I haven't chatted with him in a really long time, so I don't know.
Jimmy, thank you for the $5 super chat. Who's the best wrestler turned actor? Roddy Piper, Dave Batista, John Cena, or The Rock?
It depends what you're going by. Uh, man, if you're good, I guess I'll go by acting. Probably Dave Batista. He's the easiest to believe in these roles. All the others are fine. I mean, I love watching them, but he's probably the one where I am not really thinking at all. I am watching a wrestler, even though again he has the wrestler body and everything. He really does kind of become these characters enough where I don't think about it.
Will, thank you for the 500 bits. Part 1. Mike Myers was not the original choice to play the Cat in the Hat. The first choice was Tim Allen, but he had to decline
Oh,
the role because he was busy filming The Santa Claus 2.
that was a good choice.
Deb the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen Robin Hood 2010? And if so, what are your thoughts?
No, I just heard it was bad. It didn't look very good, so I never checked it out.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. What are your thoughts on Nicholas, I'm going to mess this name up, Roeg's The Man Who Fell to Earth, starring David Bowie?
You know, I never have seen. I know what it is. I've seen snippets of it, but I've never actually seen the film. I probably should because I hear it's a trip.
Will, thank you for the 500 bits. Part 2. It's also worth noting that the initial draft for The Cat in the Hat contained less inappropriate humor than The Grinch. The increase in inappropriate jokes was mainly due to Mike Myers himself.
Um, you know, I can see that. I heard different things. I heard he didn't really like the script that much, so I could see him kind of adding new stuff to it. But at the same time, I feel like anyone with any comedic sense would look at what was written there and realize that wouldn't work either. Maybe he just thought, well, Grinch was a big hit. Maybe I can do something like that. I don't know. I mean, because I always heard he was miserable on the film too. So yeah, interesting.
Jacob, thank you for the $10 super chat. As awkwardly funny as Cartoon All Stars was, if it was remade, what subject do you think it should tackle? More maturely, of course, and what tunes do you think could star in it?
Uh,
Anyway, how is your sex life?
Man, I don't. I mean, I'm not really. I watch some shows now, like animated shows, but I think most of them I'm just behind the ball on. In terms of what subject, man, I don't know. Everything's so polarizing now. Even drugs. Looking back, I mean, yes, you want kids to not do drugs, and OD and do all that terrible stuff. But I mean, when we were growing up, there was the idea that there's no good out of it, none. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I'm like, but wait, what about the drugs we take for medicine? Well, that's okay. I'm like, but I don't follow this. Like it was already a little confusing. So Dare did not educate us very well. Actually, it educated us a little too well. That's why it got backfired. So I don't know, and I don't know what cartoons. I don't know what subject matter either. Especially bringing on that same team to do that. I mean, if you're gonna do it, it'd only be to be hilariously awkward.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen Identity with John Cusack and Ray Liotta?
Yeah, it's all right. I figured it out. It's another one of those where I figured it out really early. So I'm like, okay, we'll just enjoy this for what it is, I guess. And I don't know. It is one of those where it really relies on you not knowing the twist, because if you know it, everything else is fine. It's okay, but nothing's really gonna stand out about it. So yeah, no, it's okay, I guess.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. What's your favorite episode of The Simpsons from season 33 onwards?
Oh, onwards? Man, I gotta look up the ones that I've seen. I kind of like the. I guess I'm weird. I like the one where Lisa. I think she has like body issues. Like she sees herself as like
Oh,
just huge and fat and stuff like that. But the way that they go inside her mind and they show literal wordplay, like somebody just says a word. I mean, it's not even a word like fat or anything like that. It's just like I don't know what you know not chubby, not big, like a kind way of saying bigger. I don't know. And it would just show this word just squashing everything that was like positive. Just that one word just destroys so much. It was such a visually interesting way of showing how like language can really, really affect someone, especially a kid. Uh, and then we kind of go into Marge's brain and we see that kind of it went way, way back when she went through something kind of similar. And I don't know. It was neat. It was an interesting concept. It was an interesting way of showing it. I'm not gonna say it was perfect, but it's the one that stands out the most to me, outside of the Halloween episode, the Death Note one, which was really great.
Chad is saying that the word was chunky. Marge said Lisa was
Chunky,
getting
that was it.
chunky.
Yeah, she was just saying it like in a play. Oh, you're getting a little chunky. Like she doesn't even, think it means anything. She's just trying to be like kind of playful and funny. And just like I said, the way they show how that word affects her mind, like the environment of her mind, was very, very clever.
At Movies, thank you for the 500 bits. Here's an intro idea for the Avengers month. The chart guys create a secret organization called CRAP, and they bring together the adequately impressive three to defeat Sean Connery and his army of teddy bears. It's meant to show how far blockbusters have come in terms of audience expectations.
And in terms of films called The Avengers. Um, yeah, I got a couple ideas. It's funny because I had one solid one for how to start off, and then a different one was popping in my head. I'm like, oh, maybe I can save that for the next one. I don't know, so I'll figure it out. I already got a couple ideas in there, but that's not a bad idea. The shadowy force, the people in the dark room, being the chart guys, is kind of funny.
Will, thank you for the 500 bits. Part 3. Given that information, what do you think about the idea of Tim Allen portraying the Cat in the Hat with a less crude script?
I mean, it's still the same. It's still going off of the Jim Carrey Grinch, and just nothing good is really going to come of that. So it probably be a little better. It's funny if you actually had a Cat in the Hat movie that did kind of stick to the source material. It was funny, it was wacky, but it was kind of timeless too. I think Tim Allen actually could do that pretty well. But I get a voice. Don't put him in the makeup and all that. That'd be pretty. That just wouldn't work. But no, I think you can do a Cat in the Hat movie and a Grinch movie and everything pretty well. It'd be tricky. I'm not gonna act like it'd be easy, but I think it can be done. It just hasn't been done yet. Not well.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather, have you seen the Invincible Season 4 trailer? I am beyond excited. And from how it looks, I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being my favorite season. I did watch it. I'm very excited for it. Invincible has just been great pretty much across the board. And especially with how they set up the way season 4 is going to start and the issues that they're going to be facing in season 4, I'm very excited to see where it's going. So it
I feel
looks
so
great.
bad because that was supposed to be my. I was gonna catch up on all these movies and shows. I did catch up on quite a few, but that was one of the ones I didn't. I'm just like, man, because everyone's been saying exactly what you said. It just gets
Hmm.
better and better.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. What are your thoughts on the dark comedy film The Matador? Personally, I love Pierce Brosnan and Greg Kinnear's performances, but thought the ending was underwhelming.
I don't even know if I heard of that film, The Matador. Yeah, there it is, 2005. Never heard of it. I guess I'll try to check it out.
Jacob, thank you for the $5 super chat. Evening, Doug and Heather.
Hi.
Hope February is off to a good start. What's your favorite non conventional romance movie? Mine's Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo.
Uh, I guess. I guess that's a romance. I guess you can count that. Boy, I don't know. I try to think of films that just I really buy the chemistry, but it's just in something you wouldn't think you would buy the chemistry. The first two Superman movies, I think they have wonderful chemistry. That scene in Superman 2 where you know with the reveal, I guess that's all you need to say. I think that's a very romantic scene. Bound, I actually think is a very romantic, unconventional movie. I think those two have great chemistry. Um, I'm sure there's other. Again, it's gonna sound weird. Shrek 2, I kind of like the chemistry in there. I actually think they do a good chemistry, and the story does focus around that, and it's interesting. I'm sure there's others, but yeah, those are the best I can think of right now. I'm sure there's crazier ones out there, but it's just top of my head is the best I can think of.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. What are some of your favorite metal albums?
Uh, God. Well, remember, I grew up. I got into metal a little. I don't want to say later because I was a teen, but I didn't grow up with a lot of like the classic albums, like Def Leppard and stuff like that. So the ones I grew up with are really the ones when I was a teen. So I mean, like I grew up with Metallica, but I grew up with like Reloaded. I grew up with Rob Zombie, but but it was exactly that. It was a solo album, Rob Zombie. And a little bit of White Zombie, but I was a big Smashing Pumpkins fan when I was younger, and now that I'm older, I still like him, but I am like, oh man, this voice, this is kind of getting to me a little bit. But I still have a soft spot for him, so I do like Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. That's the one that has Full of Butterfly Wings, right? I'm pretty sure that is. Yeah, that is. So, yeah, there's a couple. I'm not saying those are the best or anything. Just when I think of like listening to something and rocking out to it and stuff like that, those are the ones that come to my head.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Which mixed media show do you prefer and why? Amazing World of Gumball or Smiling Friends?
God, it's they're so different. So World of Gumball is a little bit of they both had different advantages because World of Gumball has been on longer and there's just more episodes, so there's a little bit more variety to it. And I think because it's for kids as well, they can go kind of crazier with the humor in that they don't quote unquote have to rely on swear words or anything raunchy or anything like that. Smiling Friends is the opposite. There's fewer of them, so they can go a little bit more insane with the raunchy stuff and that they can kill off a character and just have the character come back if they wanted. And I love where they go with some of that. I mean, especially if you freeze frame the Mr. Frog ending his big arc. Some of those pictures in there are so funny, and you definitely could not get away with in Gumball. I guess for now I'll say Gumball just because there's more of them, but it's really, really close. I get the feeling if Smiling Friends just gets a few more seasons, I'll be like, yeah, like that wins. But it's very close. It really is kind of apples and oranges.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. Which film do you like more, The Prestige or The Illusionist?
Oh, Illusionist, I like a lot more, and I like the Prestige, but that really is an example of story versus character. Illusionist is much more about character. Prestige is much more about story. The Prestige will go into how everything is done. The Illusionist isn't about that. It's about these people, and it's so not about how it's done that they don't tell you how it's done. And you think it's about one thing, but it's actually about something else. And I love that. That was the original Knives Out, if you will. You really think one thing is going on, or that it's about one thing. It turns out it was about something completely different the whole time, and it's brilliant. So yeah, they're both good, but yeah, Illusionist I like a lot more. But I can see why someone would like uh Prestige more, because there is much more of a concrete plot. You can follow it. There's twists and turns and stuff like that. Where Illusionist, you're following these people or finding out about these people, and then it's what you discover along the way that's so interesting, and then what you don't discover, what they leave out, that kind of makes them more interesting.
Ice Luigi, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey, Doug and Heather, have either of you seen the latest trailer for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which included the reveal of none other than Yoshi? And if so, what are your thoughts so far?
It looks good. It's funny that people were losing their minds over Yoshi, because I'm like, well, they showed him in the first movie in the background. They already showed the. I said before, that's just such a missed opportunity, and they just have Yoshi's running in the background. I'm like, don't do that. Build him up. Let us, get some excitement for that. But maybe it didn't matter because people did lose their minds for it. So it shows what I know. Yeah, no, it definitely looks like fun.
Yeah, I liked it, but the only concern I have is that trailer seemed like it was a lot more for a Mario Odyssey movie, not a Mario Galaxy movie. But it'll be okay. It'll be all right. My girl
Well,
Rosalina's gonna be in it, and that's all that matters.
Well, I was gonna say you can make the argument the first movie. Well, it's more of like a Super Mario 2, 3, and World movie, and it's like, well, yeah, but they're kind of. I guess they're not necessarily. I mean, those are clumped together. I don't know if Odyssey and Galaxy are, but I think they're trying to do the same thing. They're trying to clump a bunch of them together, which I'm not against. But again, I haven't played many of those games.
Jacob, thank you for the $20 super chat. If one of the
Thank you.
major animated studios asked you to contribute to a film, what would you do? For me, I'd do the music to a Disney film, act in a Pixar film, write a DreamWorks film, or design an Illumination or Sony film.
Oh, so like anything. Probably right. I always had an idea for a Pixar film. I feel like you can make like a haunted mansion movie if you want. It's a haunted house film from the ghost point of view, and actually is about the ghost living there. And there's somebody who wants to tear down the house, but they keep scaring people away. It's actually about them moving on. I never see a story, or I very rarely see a story about the ghost point of view. I mean, we are getting a few more. There's a movie called Haunted that has that. Let me put it this way: it's rare that I see it where that's not the twist. Like, aha, that was the ghost the whole time. No, how about when we know it's a ghost? Let's see what the life is like in that house, or wherever they are. I think that would be interesting.
The Wizard of What, thank you for the $10 super chat. Picture this: the Channel Awesome crew, Brad, James, and you, in a Lord of the Rings style battle with YouTube to end copyright strikes. What do you ride to battle atop of? A zombie zebra, perhaps?
What would it be? I don't know. It's just like a giant steamboat Willie, maybe just something that's like copyright free, kind of thing. And that'd be kind of fun because they always tried to copyright Mickey Mouse for so long, and he finally got through. Or Steamboat Willie at least got through. Yeah, maybe something like that.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen the 90s Zorro show?
No, I'm trying to think if I've even seen like a commercial for it. Was it in like syndication or something like that? I want to say I remember seeing an ad or two, just on like the local station, but it wasn't like a major thing. But I could be wrong. Either way, no, I haven't seen an episode of it.
Truth, Hope, Love, thank you for the $5 super chat. I noticed that there was this rule in your video comments about not having paragraphs. Why is that? Because when the questions and comments are long, we cannot read them all, and we don't have time to like figure out what your point is and all that jazz. Short and to the point is going to get your question answered a lot more efficiently.
Well, not just your question, but everybody's question, because a lot of
Yeah.
people, send a lot of questions on these. So yeah, if everybody sent a paragraph or a couple paragraphs at a time, we just wouldn't be able to get through them.
Mr. O Scooby, thank you for that 7-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
that. Hello, Doug. Do you think you'll get a chance to do The Bad Batch for Disney December this year? I really liked it. I'm not sure if you ever watched it, but it's all out now.
I heard it's good. I haven't had a chance to see it. That and Skeleton Crew, is
Yeah,
that the other
Skeleton
Star
Crew.
Wars? I want to see that one. It's looking unlikely for this year because it's one of the few times where I actually planned out everything I was going to watch this year, and I'm like, holy smokes, like they're all filled. Usually I leave a couple slots open for anything new coming out. I'm like, oh my god, they're already filled. So yeah, I'm sure some things will drop out, or I just won't be in the mood to talk about something, or I won't feel like it's needed. But and maybe I'll try to slip that in. But yeah, I already got the shows picked out too. But I do want to see that and Skeleton Crew quite a bit.
Tony, thank you for the $5 super chat. Which Disney live action film from a Spider Man director do you prefer? Sam Raimi's Oz the Great and Powerful or Mark Webb's Snow White?
Oh, Oz. I mean, I guess I'll say this: Snow White sometimes can be so bad it's a little entertaining. Where Oz and Great and Powerful isn't really that, but yeah, I'll go with that. The few moments where there's a couple moments where they really capture kind of the magic of Oz in that story. There's not many, but there's one or two, and I guess it's more than what any of Snow White did.
Which Twitch is Twitch? Thank you for that 14-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Okay, Doug, tell us. When you were at Mr. Beast Studios, did you and Folding Ideas, aka Dan Olson, talk at all about his review of your review of The Wall? I remember during your Double Toasted interview, Corey played a clip from Dan's review, and although it was not favorable, you took his criticism in stride.
It was very anticlimactic. I saw a lot of comments where saying, "Oh, that must have been super awkward," and it was really not what you think. The closest to any drama was that I didn't recognize him. I was going around introducing myself. Hi, Doug, Dan, nice to meet you. And kept going. I thought I accidentally heard he was with the Anime Balls Deep people, but then I noticed he wasn't talking with them much, and he brought up his own channel, and I was like, oh, I got the wrong idea. So I reintroduced myself. I said, I'm sorry, I thought you were with them. I guess now reintroduce myself. I'm Doug. He's like, Dan, we've met several times. I did a video on you. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I said, my memory is terrible with the chronic fatigue. It's gotten even worse. So I apologize. But I just kind of assumed we would kind of stay in our corners, kind of thing during the trip. And then about halfway through, somebody asked what I was working on next. I said, oh, it's my Brazil, my favorite movie. And he brought up the studio cut, the Love Conquers All one, which is abysmal if you haven't seen it. And we were just talking about how bad that was. And they started talking about stuff he was watching. I talked about stuff I was watching. And he brought up his wording, not mine, that he wrote a bad book about hypnotism. Again, his wording, not mine. And I was like, I never thought much about hypnotism. How is that possible that someone can just suggest you're a chicken and you think you're a chicken? Like, how is that possible? He was very knowledgeable about it. And we just talked about different subjects and stuff. It was fine. It was totally fine. So, yeah, all the people saying, oh, that must have been really awkward. It was actually totally fine. So, yeah, nothing I could see was really awkward or anything.
Truth, Hope, Love, thank you for the $5 super chat. Ironically, how was meeting Dan Olson while meeting Mr. Beast?
See last one.
L Lover, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey, Doug and Heather, hope you're doing well. I'm sure you've been asked this before, but will you cover Markiplier's movie Iron Lung in some way? Like maybe a Doug Reviews video or possibly a Nostalgia Critic review?
So I was going to ask on my Facebook if I have to know the game before I see the movie. If not, I wouldn't mind checking it out because it is making a lot of headlines and everything. I usually try not to watch YouTuber movies because if I don't like it, then that kind of... I think YouTubers should be more supportive, which is not to say people can. We're putting ourselves on the chopping block like anyone. I'm not against anyone that does it. Just for me personally, I only like to talk about something if it's really good and, like positive, like, hey, here's some good stuff some YouTubers are doing. So I guess critics are kind of half and half, but there's not many critic reviews on it. So I was like, well, if I saw it and I liked it, maybe that could, be helpful too. So yeah, I'm gonna ask if I need to play the game before seeing the movie. If people are like, yes, you have to, then I probably won't see it. If I don't have to, yeah, I might try to check it out.
At least one person in chat is saying you really don't need to know the game at all. So,
Okay. So yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna see
yeah.
it. Like I haven't even seen Send Help, and I really want to see that after the rave reviews I got. But yeah, from just the buzz it's been generating, the fact that it has been getting so many people talking and stuff like that. I do want to give it a look.
Ross, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, have you seen the show Ted on Peacock? And if so, thoughts?
No, I hear it's good. I like the first movie. I never saw the second one, but I hear the show's decent. So yeah, but I haven't seen it though.
Trip, thank you for the $5 super chat. Will you do a Disney Sember on the last flight of Noah's Ark and the Shaggy Dog this year?
Well, which Shaggy Dog are you talking about? I know people want me to do the remake. A lot of people probably don't even know there is an original. I have not seen the Tim Allen one, but I bet it's bad. I want to see if Last Flight of Noah's Ark is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, we did grow up with this movie. I remember liking it, but I haven't seen it since I was a little kid. So and it is one of those where it's like, I guess it would give me an excuse to check it out again. But I know it's not going to do any views. So we'll see. I wouldn't mind checking it out just to, give it another watch.
Jacob, thank you for the $10 super chat. With films like Biodome, Felix the Cat, and The Cell being removed in your updated worst movies list, what was it that made them escape it, be it on their own or compared to the new films on it?
Yeah, the films didn't get better. Don't worry about that. It's just there were others that were even worse that popped up that definitely seemed far, far worse. So yeah, that's the only main reason.
Frank, thank you for the $5 super chat. What are your thoughts on the movie Send Help? I loved it.
I haven't seen it yet. I do really want to see it. I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance. We'll see, because my wife really does like horror films. So we'll see if we can sneak into one a screening at some point.
Jacob, thank you for the $10 super chat. Fun fact about the borrowers: Mark Williams, Exterminator Jeff, and Hugh Laurie, the policeman, had just the year before starred in the live-action 101 Dalmatians movie as Horace and Jasper.
Yeah, somebody brought that up and I completely missed it. There would have been a very easy joke there, but I knew Hugh Laurie was in that film. I didn't know he was the other henchman though. So yeah, missed opportunity.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. So I rewatched A Serious Man, and it's become one of my new favorite films. I'm curious what you guys thought, and what do you think is the Coen brothers' most underrated film?
Underrated, man. I'd have to look at a list. And that one's getting more and more attention. I do like that film quite a bit. If you've ever seen the trailer for it, the teaser is fantastic. It's one of my favorite teasers of all time. And it perfectly represents the film too. But let me see. Just for the look, I remember oh, what's it called? It's something like it's not the man who wasn't there, or maybe it is actually. Hold on, man who wasn't there. I feel like that's a Hitchcock movie. No, what that is what it was called. Okay,
Oh, look at
no,
that.
the man knew too much. That's Hitchcock. So I'm not saying it's like a great. If the Coen brothers hadn't done something like this over and over and over, it'd be brilliant. But if you know this, hey, something simple goes wrong, it's that. But it's one of the best looking of those movies and just phenomenal atmosphere. Um, so I guess I'll throw that one on there because I think A Serious Man is getting more and more attention. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of fun ones on there.
A lover of cinema, thank you for the 500 bits. I know it's been 5 days since this happened, but I still want to say RIP to Catherine O'Hara. She was a
Yeah.
very talented comedic actress, and she will be missed.
When because I was at the airport when I saw that, and I was just like, "What?" And I told my wife, and she's like, "No." I'm like, "Yeah, like where'd that come from?" No, that was a real bummer to see. Yeah, no. Super. It is ironic. The last movie she does technically die in the last Beetlejuice movie, but yeah, no, it's what a great talent, and I mean that's the nice thing. She's been in so many things. There's so much stuff you can go back and rewatch with her. She's on a few episodes of Who's Line. There's so much good stuff out there. So yeah, definitely check it out if you have.
Jacob, thank you for the $5 super chat. Why do you think DreamWorks likes to use The Liar Revealed more than most studios? And do you think they mostly do it better than other studios?
I seem to recall them. I gotta look at them again, but at least about half the time they work. They find something fun to do with it. Because when they discover it, they either do find out something interesting or they don't act like they're the first ones to do it. They add something interesting on top of it, and they don't just mope and dope and feel bad. Um, some of them they do. Chicken Run, they do. Shark Tale, I can't remember. Or did they do it in Shark Tale? I can't remember. But if that's what they did in the last third. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just the concept of somebody doing something pretend to be an expert, but they have no idea what they're doing. It's just a funny idea. But that's why I always call it the liar reveal, because that's where it goes downhill. That's where it gets bad. Is usually when that happens. So yeah, I don't know. It had to do like a tally of which ones worked and which ones didn't, because it didn't even dawn on me. I'm like, yeah, I guess they do it a lot the more I think about it, and a good chunk of the time they do work.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And Bad Guys 2, what do you think of the villain, Kitty Cat?
Oh, she was fun. I thought the villain team was pretty enjoyable. Yeah, I liked it more than the first one. I liked the direction it went. It had more twists and turns, and the comedy was a lot better. I like the character interactions a lot more. Yeah, no, I thought that turned into a whole review of the movie instead of that one character. But yes, she was good.
Dante, thank you for that 70-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that. What would you say is your favorite Catherine O'Hara performance? For me, it's either Home Alone or Beetlejuice.
Man, so we a while ago, because we watched all of Schitt's Creek, and then my wife wanted to watch it again. And the first time we saw it, um, I forget his name, but Levy's son, just steals the show. I mean,
Yeah.
he's just obviously the standout. The second time we saw it, it was O'Hara. Her voice is just so hilarious. We still every once in a while will just go, "What fun." There's something where I can't remember what they're talking about. Just somebody's talking about something. She just says that, "What fun." And she just has this very aristocratic voice, sort of. But it's like a half voice, which just makes it funnier. And she's hilarious. And so the second time watching it was like watching the show, a whole new show, because we're now focusing on her and just how great she was. So I guess I'll go with that. I'm not saying that's like the most complex or interesting. Of course I love her in Home Alone. But that's the one where I'm like, wow, I can't remember watching something where there's just a whole new energy breathed into it just by focusing on a different character the second time around.
Gail Ramirez, thank you for the $5 super chat. Rank these Keanu Reeves roles from worst to best. Neo, John Wick, Ted, and Shadow the Hedgehog.
Neo's the bottom. Then let's see. Then maybe Shadow. Then Ted. then John Wick. John Wick's a great character. But yeah, and Shadow's fine. He's a totally fine character. But yeah, but Ted's perfect. Ted's just a perfect character.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Thoughts on surrealist directors like Boots Riley and Yorgos Lanthimos? Sorry.
I like them. I'm not going to pretend, and I think this is by design. I'm always going to get into everything they do, every choice they make. But I appreciate the fact that they do have a distinct style. I know it very quickly when I watch them. Between the two, I actually do like I forget his full name. He just said Boots Medley,
Riley?
whatever his name. Riley Max Boots Medley. That'll be the name of his next film. But yeah, because I can never predict where it's going. The last film, I'm gonna get it wrong too. I always call it Bologna, but that's not it. The Emma
Oh,
Stone
Begonia?
movie. Begonia, that's it. Just minute two, I figured out where it was going. If you know where it's going, that really takes a lot of things down a notch. Um, but where with that other guy, I can never predict where those films or shows are going. And I am kind of excited to see where the new one is going because they're just so odd. And I love leaving going, what? I definitely get elements of things, but overall, what's that film or show trying to do? And I get kind of a feel, but not exact. And I like that. I can't quite put it in a box. So yeah, I really, anytime he has a new project coming out, I'm like, ooh.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. What movies did you watch during your break in January, and what's the theme month for March?
Avengers month is the next theme month. We did a vote on that. Oh, man, what did I? No, I did a video on it because I'm like, what did I watch? I'm like, oh, that's right, I did a video. I did the new Bad Guys movie. I did Nisha 1 and 2. Um, oh my god, you just have to see the video. I released it like a week or two ago. It says what I watched, so they're all on there.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you ever seen Final Space? It was a great animated comedy drama sci fi show that aired on TBS and then Adult Swim. It was sadly canceled before they could conclude the story.
No, it's another one I never even heard of. Yeah, it looks like it has a little bit of a Rick and Morty design to it, flair to it. Yeah, okay, I'll try to check it out.
Ice Luigi, thank you for the $5 super chat. As a follow up to my question on the Galaxy movie, what do you think of the voice direction for Yoshi and not having him fully speak?
I mean, that's pretty common, and that's another one of those things where I was introduced to that in those old Nintendo Power comics where all he would say is Yoshi, and somebody, the best bit is that somebody sells them a Yoshi dictionary and they think they're finally going to understand what he says. And it's exactly what you said. Hello there, Yoshi. How are you? Yoshi. And they still don't know what's going on. So I like that they're sticking to that. I think for everything else, when they're choosing these characters that worked, they're these actors that worked out okay to play these characters. I like they're just sticking to nope, it's just all he says is Yoshi. That can be their, I am Groot. And I think that can work fine.
Deshaun, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey Doug, have you watched the Muppet Show special on Disney Plus yet? If not, it also aired on ABC tonight at 9.
Not yet. I do want to check it out because the little snippets I saw looked pretty funny. So I do want to give it a look.
Alexander, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen the trailer for the upcoming HBO miniseries DTF St. Louis? It stars Jason Bateman and David Harbour. I thought it looked interesting.
Uh, I think I saw like a thumbnail or something like that. Yeah, I haven't actually sat down and watched the trailer, but I will.
Joel, thank you for the $5 super chat. Great to see you two. Have either of you been keeping up with the Fallout TV series? Any thoughts on the latest finale? Have a great night. I haven't seen the finale yet.
No, we started it, and then for whatever reason, we got caught up on all these other things to watch, and we keep going. Oh, we got fish. We gotta keep doing Fallout. Oh, that's right. Like we just finished Welcome to Derry, and that came out like months ago. So yeah, it shows you how behind we are, but we'll catch up to it.
SMZ, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey Doug, can we get an NC for V for Vendetta this year for its 20th anniversary?
Uh, I said before, I don't think I'm the one to talk about that movie. Not that you can't. Just with everything going on right now, I feel like I'm not the guy to dive into this. You know what I mean? You need someone that can really where it would not feel out of place to point out the parallels of what we're seeing happening a lot in the world right now. And I usually try to keep my stuff pretty upbeat. Like I can go serious with reviews and everything, but that stuff I'm just like, man, there's just layers upon layers upon layers. So probably not. I feel like I just know there's going to be like 5 other reviewers who cover it that are going to do a much better job than me. You know what I mean? So we'll just let them do it.
Alexander, thank you for the $5 super chat. Since you mentioned it in your review of Surviving Christmas, what are your thoughts on the film Rental Family with Brendan Fraser?
I haven't seen it yet. I wanted to actually. Let me write that down because that is one of those where I heard really great things about it, and I do really, really want to check it out. So I will write that
1634 Smith, thank you for the $7 super chat. No message, just the chat.
down.
Trip, thank you for the $5 super chat. See Stranger Things season 5 yet?
No, I'm still not in a rush. Everyone, just the more and more I hear about, it, the more people are like, to it. Like, I guess I'm glad I saw it. So, I'll get to it at some point. I saw all the other seasons. I'm just really, really not in a hurry.
Wizard of What, thank you for the $5 super chat. A while ago, you said that a live action Hunchback could work if they adapted the Broadway musical. Do you think the same could be said for Anastasia?
Let me put it this way: it would be a good movie. I don't think anyone would go see it. And even that'd be kind of tricky to turn that into a cinematic experience. Where Hunchback, that's easy. You'd have to try not to make that cinematic. Where I guess with some of the filming locations, you can make it look pretty good. But in terms of what actually happens in the story, I mean, there is just kind of a lot of standing around, walking, and talking, and that's kind of it. So I know you could throw in like dance sequences and stuff like that, but it doesn't shout cinematic to me. So I'm not saying you couldn't. I'm saying it's not one that's like handed to you on a silver platter like Hunchback is. It'd be a lot more tricky to do.
Peter, thank you for the $5 super chat. Dennis the Menace, the Borrowers, and the Sandlot. Thanks for reviewing my childhood this month. Great videos.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I wait till January to do some of these. I have no idea if they're going to get views or not. And I even said that with Borrowers. I'm gonna go wait till January because I don't know if that has a following, and numbers on that weren't anything that great. But like Des the Mess is doing okay, and Sandlot's doing okay. So I'm like, all right, well that's nice to see. Yeah, and I love. I mean, that's a good chunk of my childhood was 80s and 90s. So of course I love talking about films like that.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather and Invincible, what do you think of Oliver? I really enjoy Oliver because he's almost like a foil and a glimpse into how Mark could have turned out in certain aspects, even with like his same mom and some of the same influences. And I think he's like an interesting way for Mark to like reflect on his own upbringing and how he feels and morally how he came to be who he was. So I like Oliver as a character, yes, but also as just like an idea.
Hmm.
Sean 49 Doctor, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, I've got a bone to pick. You start off your Sandlot review with a list of great baseball movies, and you don't include Eight Men Out? For shame! Seriously, it's still a good movie and worth an NC review given a chance.
I hold on. Eight Men Out. Huh. Okay.
I
Is
haven't
this?
heard of that one.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, a lot of people in it. John Cusack and Christopher Lloyd, and okay. I just typed in 80s and 90s baseball movies, and I tried to put down the ones that I remember. So yeah, that one didn't pop up, so I'm sorry.
Giggity Goo, thank you for the £5 super chat. If you get around to reviewing Dougal, I'd recommend also watching the original British dub, The Magic Roundabout. Far better than the American slop.
I believe you. That's another one of those where I don't know if that would do well or not, because people have recommended it for a while, and I hear it's pretty bad. So it'll probably be in our January flick.
The Crow, thank you for being a member for 23 months over on YouTube. Appreciate that. Welcome
Thank you.
back. What's a movie that only gets better when viewed as an adult? And what part of growing up changes how we interpret it?
Uh, I like ones that I kind of go back and forth on. There are always ones that I start off as a kid, like they're usually kids movies, like they're made for kids. Like the Ninja Turtles movie. Of course, I loved it as a kid. I was a huge Ninja Turtle nut. And then as I got older, I'm like, oh, this is kind of dumb. I mean, I like it, but it's kind of dumb. And then I watched it just a year ago. They re-released it, and with everything that's come out around Ninja Turtles media and how this idea has been around for so long, I'm watching. It's like, okay, this does kind of encompass a lot of the idea. Even before all these other versions came out, it still somehow works in the real core of these characters, even though they're very simple characters. So yeah, I was much more impressed with that getting older, and I like films I go back and forth on as I view them as I get older.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. What do you think of The Lord of the Rings? Did you prefer the Hobbit trilogy more?
Oh no, no, no! I like the Lord of the Rings movies a lot more. I do really like the first Hobbit quite a bit. Uh, I actually, well, I mean, by the time this posted, I think they're you can literally see my thoughts on all of them. I think I just dropped a
Hmm.
compilation on the Lord of the Rings movies and the Hobbit
We
movies.
did.
Yeah, but no, the other two Hobbit movies are not very good, and even the first one, I acknowledge you is kind of a niche thing. You just have to have a real joy for that type of storytelling, that type of movie. And I do. I like movies that take their time. I like movies that really let you breathe in a world. And I had that issue with the first, with Fellowship, the original edit. I thought, even though it's a long movie, it was still cut a little too fast. I felt like I couldn't really be in this place and with these people. Where with the first Hobbit, I could. Some people say too much, you're there a little too long, but I don't have a problem with that. If it's a place I really like being, I like I like being there.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. Avengers, Doomsday, and Dune 3 are releasing on the same day. Robert Downey Jr. and Timothy Chalamet are dubbing it Doomsday. What do you think?
All right, that's pretty great. Um, can they stop doing that? I
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about Hollywood is dying and so many films are having trouble. Well, maybe stop releasing them on the same day. There's so many other days out there. Stop trying to do this. Just somebody, I don't care who's the bigger person, just if Avengers is like, okay, Dune, you can have that. We'll move Avengers here. That's fine. Just somebody move. I'm sick of having to choose, especially as a critic. I got to choose like between these two movies and everything, and that just is very, very annoying. So, yeah, there's for as much as people say nobody's going to movies and they're dying. Why are you constantly releasing them on the same day? Like there's not a ton of other days then. So, yeah, I find that very annoying. Even though that pun is really great.
What up, JD? Thank you for the $5 super chat. What Chicago theater do you know that has the best IMAX screen? I need something big and nice to watch Nolan's Odyssey and Avengers Doomsday on.
Well, I'll tell you right now, there's not many. So there's a lot of screens in Chicago that say they're IMAX, but they're really not. They're not the proper measurements. I forget the exact measurement of what IMAX is, but it should look more like a square. And most of the ones that are in Chicago are giant rectangles, and that's not right. That's not the proper measurements. But there is one in is it Lyle or Woodridge? There's a Cinemark that does have a proper IMAX screen there. And we saw The Shining there recently. They released it around Christmas time. A great Christmas movie. And that really was a different experience seeing that on that big a screen on with those specific dimensions. So yeah, that's the only one that's coming to mind right now. Is that one? It's a good theater, and obviously good size because it's IMAX.
Jose, thank you for the 50 MX dollars through Super Chat. Little Vampire or Book of Life for Nostalgia Ween, please, or maybe another Casper movie?
Yeah, I always talk about doing another Casper film, but I realize I have to do something with the animated Casper, and I don't know how to do it because I don't have the energy anymore. Also, I don't have the voice either. I just realized.
It would have to be me.
Yeah. So we'll see. A Book of Life, I enjoy enough. I don't know how much I can get out of a review, and I never have seen Little Vampire. So maybe I should because I know there's a lot of people that grew up with it.
SMC Studio, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, Doug, guess what? Idiocracy is turning 20 this year. Technically under the Disney umbrella, Disney Semper or NC, either will do.
Yeah, because that is a very interesting. Yeah, see, I don't know why I'm trying to spell it right. It's an interesting one to talk about because I saw it got bad reviews, and every time I saw clips of this movie, I'm like, this movie's hilarious. What are people talking about? And when I saw it all together in order, in the way it's supposed to be seen, I didn't necessarily dislike it, but I'm like, I see what they're talking about. This is a little clunky when it's all put together, and you're supposed to kind of care about these people. I mean, not to a great extent, which is why I still think it works, but it is interesting to talk about because of that. So yeah, I'll probably get to either an NC review or a Disney December on that. I think would make sense.
Anthony, thank you for the $5 super chat. Would you ever do a video review of the games that you've played on Twitch?
Uh, I've thought about it. There's so many things where I'm like, "Ooh, that'd be neat to do," and then when I start to get around to it, I usually get to a certain point and then just either I ADD to something else, or sometimes I just fall asleep to, because I do still have chronic fatigue, and it's getting better, but it can still get in the way of a lot. So probably not, but I guess that's why we have the Q&A here, so I can say what I think of them.
Majestic Demon, thank you for that 69-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that. I did it. I made it to the glorious 69 months. I can die happy now. On a serious note, what do you think has better films? Or who do you think has better films? Brad Pitt or Christian Bale? I personally give it to Pitt for Fight Club, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Seven.
Uh, it's pretty good. I mean, Bale obviously has a lot of great movies. How do I put? I think Bale has proven himself to be the better actor over, the course of his work there. But you're right. Pitt does pick some interesting films. The more I think about it, it's like it kind of didn't even dawn on me. I'm like, oh yeah, actually, he does pick really really interesting movies. Yeah, I guess I'll go with that, but it's a little close. And Bale's uh arc isn't over yet. I guess Pitt's isn't either, but I feel like Pitt has a little bit of an advantage because he got on there a little earlier. I mean, he started his career a little earlier.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. Arnold Schwarzenegger reportedly pays Warner Bros. $1 a year to legally keep his Mr. Freeze costume since the suit still belongs to them.
Uh, that's cool on both their parts. Cool. That's actually really funny to hear.
1634, thank you for the $7 super chat. What do you think of Vizzy Pop's content, the creator of Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss?
Oh, I like them. I've done a few videos talking about them, doing reviews and stuff like that. I like Hell of a Boss a little bit more. I think part of it is I just had more exposure to that before I got to Has Been Hotel. Like I saw the Has Been Hotel pilot, but then when I went to Hell of a Boss, I got into that a lot more. But I get the feeling if it's switched, if you got into Has Been Hotel, you're gonna like that more than Hell of a Boss, because there's a lot of similarities, but they're also they are different. So yeah, I do like Hell of a Boss a little bit more. It's a little meaner, it's a little more unexpected. But Has Been Hotel is pretty damn cool.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. Jack Black revealed he was offered to play Syndrome in The Incredibles, but turned it down due to not knowing who Brad Bird was.
Well, if he was an animation fan, just saying. The funny thing is now looking at that design, even though I heard he was based on Brad Bird, the design was based on him. I can easily see Jack Black doing that performance. I can see it being based on him a little bit. I think he would have made that work. I think Jason Lee was fine, but yeah, actually, I could very easily see him pulling that off.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. Jack Black also asked Syndrome to be rewritten so he wouldn't be one-dimensional. Brad Bird responded saying, "Get out of here."
um, if I was reading that in a script, I would know what he's talking about, especially compared to Mr. Incredible and the rest of the family. Um, with that said, has he seen half the roles that he played? Are those multi-dimensional roles? But no, that's interesting.
Smash Ultra, thank you for the 59 NOK through Super Chat. Unique names in cartoons like Jimmy Neutron, Kim Possible, Dib Membrane, and Professor Utonium. Why couldn't modern cartoons be named like that anymore?
I mean, if I watched a lot of modern cartoons, maybe I agree. I mean, top of my head, I'm thinking, oh, like SpongeBob SquarePants and Gumball, but I'm like, but those are also several years old, aren't they? So I don't know that many current cartoons. I hate talking like this, but mainly because I'm an adult, so I don't have time to watch a lot of kids' cartoons. And to be fair, a lot of them are not trying to, aim towards me. But there's some I still keep track of. Anything that's what I call a cartoon epic, like Adventure Time or Owl House or something like that. Something that has like a continuing story. I'll try to keep track of. I'm sure when the new Avatar comes out, I'll be on top of all that. But yeah, no, I'm definitely not an aficionado on a newer kids cartoons coming out.
Ricky, thank you for the $20 super chat. Hello, in Disney December Fantastic Four and why Galactus was looking at Statue of Liberty. Galactus thought it was going to be another powerful being because in Marvel comic lore, Lady Liberty is a godlike powerful being too. So yeah.
Wouldn't that be more fun to include that in the movie? And they like takes it out or something like that. And he's like, well, if I got rid of that, the rest of Earth will be easy. I mean, but that's what I'm talking about. Have fun with it. I don't know. I have issues.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. Marvel is reportedly not having any Super Bowl ads this year. What do you think?
Uh, I mean, honestly, Super Bowl ads have been pretty abysmal for a long time. So
Yeah.
I honestly think it's a good move.
They probably didn't want to invest in it when they can kind of create the buzz around it themselves. They don't need the Super Bowl anymore.
I think even though people are making jokes about it and stuff like that, I think what they've been doing with Doomsday, those little vignettes, is really brilliant and really, really smart. I'm sure it doesn't cost a fraction of what they would have to pay to go on Super Bowl, and it's creating the buzz great.
The Wizard of What, thank you for the $5 super chat. In Wicked for Good, what do you think of Tin Man? The actor who plays him gives a chilling performance, especially that one look he gives in The Riot.
Yeah, the only issue I had and I don't know how you fix it because a lot of people say this is an issue with the play, is that when he has the shining moment, that's great. I love that. Something about the way he's shot, the way he's singing, what he's saying in that big song sequence. There is a part of me that's like, this was kind of quick to go to this. Even though, like I said, we did have a scene of him pretty much reenacting The Shining there. I don't know. Something about that didn't ring as true as it could. You know what it is? I think I need one more scene with him before that moment. To kind of build up to that just a little bit more. But it's still cool. I mean, it's still a really neat sequence.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Spectacular Spider-Man, you did that. You were not a fan of the art style, so I was wondering, were there any designs you did like?
Uh, I guess I kind of like just for what they're trying to get across, both Gwen and I'm forgetting his name, Venom, Brock, Eddie Brock. Just because they're supposed to look kinder and nicer, and
Timing!
it's showing that these are slightly different versions from. Not that Gwen was mean, in the comics or anything, but like these are slightly different characters that we're getting here than what's in the comic, and I think that style did complement that pretty well. The big expressive eyes and everything, but yeah, it wasn't my thing. Again, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to set apart from the others, but it just didn't quite work for me.
Peter Parker, thank you for the $5 super chat. Any thoughts on the He-Man movie trailer if you've seen it?
Yeah, I know a lot of people are excited for it. I don't know. Did we not learn from the first Masters of the Universe movie, having it set in modern day? That just does not seem like a good idea to me. And it seems like obviously there's going to be humor in that. You can't have this idea and not have something humorous about it. But I think it's funnier if you just commit. You know what I mean? Like this is the world. These are the characters that exist. The main guy is called He-Man. His sister is She-Ra. He takes off his shirt, nobody recognizes him. This is the kind of world we just need to create and go full force into. And something about having it in the real world, I could just already see the jokes and the writing. And they're going to make the jokes I just made, like as a commentator. And that shouldn't be it. It should already be in on the joke. Um, I could be wrong. Maybe they have a plan that's going to be really, really clever and it'll totally win me over. But that really concerns me. Everything else looks like fun, looks really, really cool. But yeah, that is something I'm kind of legit concerned about.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And Gumball, what do you think of the mother, Nicole?
Uh, she's fine. I like when she gets kind of like a crazy episode. Both her and the father. I guess the father's a little bit more prone to craziness, so I think when she gets a moment to crack or have to deal with some kind of insanity, that's pretty fun. So yeah, no, she's a good character.
Jace, thank you for the $10 super chat. Got the perfect review for you, Joseph, King of Dreams. Why? Because Joseph, voiced by future DCEU Batman Ben Affleck, imprisons and forgives his oldest brother, Judah, voiced by then gold standard Joker Mark Hamill.
Boy, I didn't I saw it years ago. I didn't remember them voicing him. It's Joseph King
King
of
of
Dreams,
Dreams.
right? Yeah, isn't that the King of Dreams? Isn't that the DreamWorks? Yeah, I didn't know they did the voices. That's hilarious. I remember seeing it years ago and liking it okay for what it was for a direct-to-video movie. I remember the dream sequences being pretty surreal at the time. I wonder how they would hold up now. Now they might look kind of corny, or maybe they look better. I don't know. I'll try and give it a watch again.
Omega Makoto, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, in the future, will you review Iron Lung as NC and potentially play the game before reviewing the film?
I definitely won't review as NC. I'll see if I can review it as myself. It's unlikely. Let me put it this way: it's unlikely I'm going to get to it soon. But I am curious with the buzz that's been around it. And again, I love it when something has like a high, when it has one high score and one low score, whether the audience is low or the critics are high, and or vice versa. But I also know the critics there haven't. It's an independent movie, so there's not a ton of critics behind it, so that can, you know, kind of mean a lot of things. I am curious to check it out though, just for all the buzz around it. And again, I like going kind of drawing my own conclusions when a big divide like that happens.
Larry Lester, thank you for that 6-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Jager, thank you for the $5 super chat. Are you a Laurel and Hardy fan? I've been rewatching some of their shorts and they are still so funny.
Oh, they are very much. I haven't seen them in a while, but I remember really liking them as a kid, and then when I watched them again as a teen, I was like, "Holy smoke! Like the timing of these and the expressions they have really are good." But it's literally been since I've been a teen since I've watched them. So I should probably check them out again.
Droidtron, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hi, Doug. Thoughts on Human Centipede? I once did a spoof of you reviewing Human Centipede movies and making a fun for all ages version of it.
Human fun to feed. How do I put it? It's a miserable movie, but that's the idea. For what it is, it achieves it great. It's just not my kind of movie, but I totally acknowledge for what it's trying to accomplish. It doesn't, and it does it to the best of its ability. But it is a very, very miserable film. But again, I think that's by design.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Will you be watching Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur for Disney December? It is so fun and charming.
I have it on the list, but I don't know if I'm going to get to it this year. I think there's other shows I need to check out. But I do want to see, if anything else, for the art style. The art style looked very unique.
Roxio, thank you for the $5 super chat. With Jackass 5 coming out, will you review the first 4 Jackass movies for NC?
I don't know what I can say about them. I'm sure. I bet Brad could do it. He could probably find a way to review it and make it pretty entertaining, pretty funny. But I also don't know how I would get on YouTube, because there's a lot of stuff on there you can't show. But I guess you could do like creative reenactments or something. I don't know. But probably not, because You either like that stuff or you don't. I think it's hilarious. I laugh so hard. I love seeing those films on a big screen with an audience. I usually go with Brad. We usually go like opening night and we just have a blast. So yeah, it's I probably won't, but I'm still crazy excited for the new one.
Jace, thank you for the $5 super chat. I discovered something more hideous than CGI Will Smith fish and Jim Carrey fish combined. Blarkin Son. Google image search at your own risk and enjoy.
I think I will. Hold on. Blarkin. Is it all one word?
No, Blark, Blark, and Son.
Son. Okay. I mean, I like the designs of these things. They look like weird little puppet people or something. Um, I don't know. Kind of looks like fun. I'll check it out at some point.
Methuselah Honeysuckle, thank you for the $5 super chat. I need someone to back me up on this. The cake shake at Portillo's tastes great, but every time I get it, it's just so overwhelming. I agree, I can't finish one in one setting, even a small.
Oh no.
I can't, no. It's so rich, it's
Uh,
delicious, but it is literally a whole piece of cake in a shake. They are not lying about that. It's so much. It's delicious.
yes. Is there anything else to add? I mean, it's like that. That's just yes. That is by design.
Correct. The Geno Mario, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey Doug, have you checked out the 35mm print of Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Because it has a scene that was cut from home releases with Betty Boop.
Huh. No, it's funny when you're talking about a scene that's been cut. I'm like, oh, I know what you're talking about. It's on VHS. I'm like, oh, wait, Betty Boop. No. Now I'm really curious. Maybe I'll look it up online. It's really interesting.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. R.I.P. Catherine O'Hara and Roger Allers, one of the co-directors of the original Lion King.
Yeah, that's right. He passed away too. Yeah, no, I'm still kind of shocked to think like I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, we all gotta go at some point and everything, but like she wasn't that old. Was she like
No,
71?
71, yeah, that's
Yeah, did they ever?
crazy.
Did they say what she died from or
I
no?
didn't see cause of death. I don't
Yeah, I
know. But
didn't
like
either.
we didn't even know she was sick if she was sick. Like it was sudden and she's not that old.
Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, no, definitely a great talent.
Roxio, thank you for the $5 super chat. Will you be doing review revisits of your clipless reviews but with actual clips?
Because some of them I'm like, I got out. I feel like what I thought about. The only one that I was kind of rethinking, I was like, maybe Phantom of the Opera, because that is one of those where you kind of just gotta hear the singing, just gotta see, the awkwardness of a lot of this. That's the only one I was thinking of, maybe. But I don't know. We'll see.
I'm not in that one, so you can
Okay, cool.
revisit that. So thank
Okay,
you.
sounds good.
Ultimate Frozen fan, thank you for the $5 super chat. A Muppet Show Disney Plus special dropped today. I thought it was hilarious. My favorite part was Fozzie and Seth Rogen. He's funny when he's not playing DK.
Yeah, the commercials looked pretty funny. And people are telling me, yeah, that just dropped, and I, I hope it does well because I hope it's funny and I hope it does well because it would be nice to see another Muppet Show come about. Here's the thing: I respect the Muppet Show. I like the Muppet Show. I'm not gonna pretend like it's that funny. It's more the charm of the characters and the spontaneity of it. But in terms of like, that's a good joke. I mean, they're usually pretty corny, and you could say that's the idea. But the Muppets can be really funny. So I'd like to see a version of that show done with some really, really good writing, but still stays in character. And from what I saw of the clips, just a few clips I saw, it looked right. It looked like they were doing it right. So yeah, I'm really curious to see how it is.
Jace, thank you for the $5 super chat. I know you don't do old versus new or top 11, but if you did, what would you say for an old versus new Village of the Damned and top 11 Nostalgia-ween intros? Creepshow was best.
Nostalgia Queen. I mean, well, that would be pretty quick. I still love the Beetlejuice one. Uh, that's how that animator got involved. He just sent that to us just for fun. He was like, hey, I just did this for fun, wanted to show it to you. And we were just like, I mean, because that's like my favorite intro of all time is the Beetlejuice opening. So I just said, can we purchase this off you and use this as a Nostalgia Weed intro? And yeah, he's always offered his services after that. So yeah, his work's amazing. And I still, and I had like a year to work on it too, because he got to us in like, I don't know, March or something like that. So I had time to like, to get the music, to get, yeah, I literally went to see James Rolfe for something. I just said, "Can you go wah wah?" Because he's in the intro. So yeah, no, all of that was really really cool.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you heard of the upcoming anime Scarlet from the director of Belle? It's supposed to be an adaptation of Hamlet. Also, Doug, you're a little out of sync. Yes, we know that there's an audio
Sorry.
sync issue. I know. I tried everything at this point. The only solution would be to end stream and fix it, but I feel like at this point, we're just a train on the track and there's no stopping it.
It's a podcast now. No, I haven't heard of that. I did see Belle. I thought it was all right. There are some people that really, really connect with it. I mean, I know some people that say it was like the best film they saw all that year. So clearly there's something there that like can connect with certain people. So I'm curious to see what the next one is.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. In Lord of the Rings, what do you think of the ending of Return of the King? Should Frodo have stayed in the Shire?
Which ending? Um, no, I like that ending. I like he gives the book. Well, I mean, okay, spoilers, but it's been out for a bit. I
Yeah.
like him giving the book to Sam. Rob always makes the argument that the story is actually about Sam. That Sam's the main character, so he likes that ends with him. Um, there's I'll go a hint deep here. When I think about the fact that this thing is getting better, but I have come to grips with the fact that I might not fully beat this chronic fatigue thing. It might
Mm-hmm.
always be with me at least a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think of that, I do think of Frodo just kind of rubbing his shoulder, like, yeah, the wound is still with me, and it's like, but he's still doing okay, and he gets somewhere good and he can still function, he can just still do stuff. I don't know why that's always, because it's like I'm living my life and then there's just these reminders, yeah, that's still there, and that'll just kind of knock you out or make you more tired or something like that, and move it a little slower. And that's what I see with Frodo when he's kind of just thinking stuff over and writing and everything. So that really connects with me now. So I do like that ending quite a bit. And he does seem a little different. Like, he doesn't seem bad, he doesn't seem in pain, but he's just a little different. And he's still the same guy, but just something's, like I say, he has changed a little bit. And I that really, really connects with me. So yes, I personally have a connection to that ending, probably for that reason.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Schitt's Creek, what do you think of Mayor Roland?
Let me look up again because it's been around there. Roland. Yeah, Chris Elliott's character. Um, he's played great and he's funny. Those It's hard for me to really love a character like that, kind of the rednecky character. Like, something really distinct and different has to usually be done with the character. Um, but he's good. He's played perfect. I mean, that's perfect casting, and the lines all get a laugh and everything. It's just the type of character I don't usually gravitate towards. Like, the character either has to be spectacular or just something a little different. Like, I'm not gonna say Ernest is a great character, but he is a little different. He is like, yeah, he's got this redneck, but he's just a little off, a little odd in his own unique way. Or he has to be something spectacular like Eddie from Christmas Vacation, or all the vacation movies. So yeah, he's a good character. He's not one of my personal favorites though.
I'm a wet soul sailor. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Have you had a chance to catch Iron Lung, directed by Markiplier, who also stars in it? It's a slow burn, but shows great talent.
Not yet. Again, I was looking to see if I had to have I had to have played the game before, and some people were saying no. So I'll do my best to see it. I don't think I'm going to be able to see it anytime soon, but I'm really curious to check it out just for the attention it's been getting and people calling to see it in theaters.
Didymus, thank you for the $2 super chat. Haunted Joker, thank you for the 500 bits. I had to put on my announcer voice. Tired of ads? Donate a 1 month subscription to unlock the ad-free version of Haunted Joker. Red Bull gives you wings. Anyway, here's the real question. Who's your favorite theatrical Superman?
Reeve. Yeah, it's not
He
even close. And
embodies Superman.
yeah, and I like Man of Steel again. Man, my brain's getting dumber.
Henry Cavill?
Henry Cavill quite a bit, and the new one's good, but it's funny. I really like the performance of the new one. Maybe after another movie, I'll warm up to him more. But just in terms of like, yeah, that's like the new Superman. That's what he should look like. That's what he should sound like. Like I really did like Henry Cavill quite a bit. I wish he got a good movie out of it, but yeah, but I mean, light years beyond them. Reeves is still absolute perfection, even when he was in the worst movies, and he probably is in the worst Superman movies. He still gives 1,000,000%, and he just like exactly what you said, Heather. He just embodies that character. I don't even know if he has to try. He so flawlessly is Superman.
Hi, Blastoise. Thank you for that 4 month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that. I just saw Send Help, quintessentially Raimi. So many fun Easter eggs and jokes. No question, just recommend it.
I'll see it at some point. If I don't see it in theaters, I'll see it for Disney December because it is a Fox movie.
Christian, thank you for the $5 super chats. Have you considered reviewing the Disney Illusion games starring Mickey Mouse?
Is that like
There's
the
Castle of
Castle of
Illusion
Illusion?
and Illusion
Yeah.
Island as well.
Oh, I didn't know it was a sequel.
I don't think it's a sequel. It's just
Oh,
it
okay.
also has Illusion in the title.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I have it down on the list. I usually have those for if I don't play a Disney game in time. It's like, okay, well, here's a quick one I could do for a stream, to get a few Disney December reviews out of it. That maybe like the Super Nintendo Toy Story game would probably be good to do. So I have those down if I just don't get to any other Disney video games this year.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In your Zootopia 2 review, you talked about how obvious the villain reveal was. Outside of how obvious the reveal was, what do you think of the character?
It's hard because when it's that obvious, it distracts me from seeing him as a character because I can just see what they're trying to do with him, and I'm just like, okay, we're trying to set him up like this, so it's a bigger surprise when this happens. And by that point, I don't really care about what um the reason is, even if it is a good reason. That's why when you do have a good surprise, like in Frozen, I am more interested in, oh, why is this guy doing this? And he's a funny character even before that reveal, where I didn't feel like this guy was that funny. So I'm not saying he's like an awful character or anything. He just didn't do anything for me.
Sorry, I lost my place for a second. Alexander, thank you for the $10 super chat. What do you think of Wolf and Diane's chemistry in The Bad Guys 2? I wonder if Diane's becoming this generation's Lola Bunny, except with thankfully more of a personality.
I didn't know that. I mean, they're good. Again, they had chemistry in the first film too, but I felt like they had more chemistry in the second one. I like the idea of trying to get him back on his feet, and that he does have this information that could get him somewhere, but he's not going to reveal it about her. I think having that, even when she's not on screen, and I like the whole thing between her and the Moss from IT crowd there. That all of that was very funny. But even when she's not on screen, you're aware of what they know about the other, and that just kind of creates this constant chemistry the whole time, this connection the whole time. That I don't know if that was by design or intentional, but it's clever because you're always kind of aware that these two have that connection. When the first one, it has to be a surprise.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen The Bear from 1989 or The Sting with Paul Newman and Robert Redford?
No, but I do have that. I literally booted up my movies to watch list. I do still have The Bear on there. I should probably put the Sting on there too. I don't know why I don't want to see the Sting. There's no reason why not. Everyone says it's great. I'm sure I'm gonna see it and be like, oh my god, I see what everybody's talking about. But for some reason, I'm just like, to it. But I really shouldn't. So, yeah. But I do have the bear on there. And now I have the Sting.
Christian, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen the Netflix remake of Watership Down?
Uh, I started it. And I don't know why I didn't keep going. I think part of it is I really like the animated film quite a bit. Uh, and some part of me was just like, this very close-minded, stuffy part of me is just like, it's too different. Yeah, where's the drawings of the backstory? I don't like that. I'm like, I don't know why. I should just sit down and watch the whole thing. But I think that was it too. I think, was it a series? I think, or a mini series? And it is one of those where I'm like, that's just gonna take a lot of investment. So I probably should, because I have heard it's very good. So I should give it a shot, especially for a different animation style like that. I'd be very curious to see how that comes across.
Methuselah, thank you for the $5 super chat. Been having a great time reading Will of the Many, Jade City, and Dirty novels. Last one's a joke, don't ban me. You been reading anything good lately?
I've been reading Tim Curry's autobiography, which is great. It's Tim Curry. But honestly, again, I was talking about the chronic fatigue before. Just the fact that I'm reading again is a really, really big deal, because it was really, really tricky to do. And yeah, I'm just very, very slowly reading it. It's an easy read. He's super charming. And yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be reading again.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. And Tommy Boy, what do you think of Dan Aykroyd's character, Ray Zelinsky?
I'll be very honest. I know people love that movie. Not only did it not do a thing for me, I barely remember it. It just didn't grab me at all. And I was like the perfect, like age for it, and maybe a little younger, but like, yeah, no, I feel like I was the perfect age for it to be into those movies. Even though I saw the trailer, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna get into this. And it was just exactly what I thought it was gonna be. So it's not like the worst movie ever or anything. It doesn't interest me. And I like Chris Farley on the show. I don't know if I ever got that into his movies. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just not the target demographic. But I feel like I am. There's just something wrong with me.
SCP, thank you for the $2 super chat. Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather and Mighty Nine Season 1, from the little we've seen of her, what do you think of Yasha? I'm looking forward to seeing her get explored in Season 2. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like you definitely don't know enough about her. And in fact, it was obviously one of those moments they did it on purpose where the episode ended. And I was like, of course, that's where they're going to end Season 1. But yeah, I'm very curious to learn more about her as a character and her backstory and all that. Mustard Man, thank you for the 500 bits. The upcoming animated lineup: Toy Story 5, Despicable Me 7, Shrek 5, Ice Age 6. Aren't you just so excited?
I mean, I literally gave an eye roll to every single one of those. So yeah, I think that explains it pretty well.
Movie Lover, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you ever heard of a game called Battle Block Theater? If not, I feel like it'd be somewhat up your alley. It can feel a bit childish at times, but on the plus side, it has characters dying in the most cartoonishly over-the-top ways.
Those are the best ways to die in a game. No, I haven't heard of it. I guess I'll look into it. There's already a bunch of games that people have recommended that we just got a long list of. And thankfully, Final Fantasy is such a short game that we can just hop right into them and do them all.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather and Invincible, what do you think of Rudy? I really enjoy Rudy, and I like especially his chemistry and relationship with Monster Girl and how that's been evolving and changing throughout the series. But I do enjoy him as a character for sure. Headshot, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen Markiplier's Heist and Space YouTube films? They're both interactive that has viewers make choices that lead to different funny routes.
Yeah, I always thought somebody was going to do that. I don't think we ever said. Brad did one a long time ago with Steve Gutenberg movies somehow. I don't know how he did that. But when YouTube was first starting, I remember saying that we got to do something like that. And we just never got around to it. And I think YouTube itself started doing it. Obviously, Markiplier is doing it now. It's a fun idea. but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen that much Markiplier. Like I know who he is. If you show me like, if I heard his voice, I'd be like, yeah, I recognize that voice. Very easy voice to recognize. But I haven't seen a ton of his stuff, which is another reason why I kind of want to see this Iron Lung thing because I really don't know much about him. So I'm not gonna go in like, oh, that's so him, kind of thing. I like going in with just completely fresh eyes.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, do you ever watch A Haunting on YouTube?
No, but my wife does. She likes all those ghost shows and everything. Um, I can't remember which one it is. I just know I've seen it because I recognize that title. And I know there's none of them I ever got into. There's just some that's like, well, I can tolerate this a little more than the others. So I can't remember where that falls on the tolerable level.
A lover of cinema, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, I've heard that Spider Man Brand New Day is directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who also did Shang-Chi. Seeing as how you found that movie fine, but wasn't crazy about it and had issues with it, what do you think of this choice for director?
Oh, I hope it's good. I mean, I've only seen one movie. Uh, and again, I mean, it's one of those things where I wasn't appalled by the film. I was close to liking it, but nah, it just didn't quite work. But no, if anyone's ever like, well, this person directed this bad movie, what do you think? Well, remember the person that directed Wicked did Gem and the Hologram,
Yeah.
which is horrendous, and a musical. So yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean, oh well, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be really, really bad. Now, if they get a couple bad movies, several bad movies, then I'll be a little bit more tugging at my collar. But no, I think I remember hearing that before, and I was just like, oh, all right. I hope it's good. I didn't have one strong thought one way or another.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. What would you ever do a review of Two and a Half Men?
Uh, I haven't seen much of the show, so no, because I don't have time to watch it.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, from what you've seen of Invincible, what do you think of J.K. Simmons' performance? It's his best performance, in my opinion, and when you do see more of the show, I'm sure you'll like how his character is further developed.
Yeah, honestly, that's the character I'm the most looking forward to seeing how he's developed. Even though anytime I see clips, it doesn't look like he's much in the other seasons, which is fine, But I know they have them in there at least a little bit. No, he plays it great. In terms of his best performance, I never did see Whiplash. Everyone tells me to see Whiplash. That's apparently really great. But yeah, no, he plays it very, very well. Well, and again, he's a very talented voice actor. I mean, he doesn't just go and I mean, he could if he wanted to, just using his regular voice, but he actually did for years do, alter his voice, play these different characters. He's the Peanut M&M. I mean, a lot of people don't know that.
Zach, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hi, Doug. Have you ever watched The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy back then? Did you know that I know Maxwell Adams personally as a friend?
Cool. No, I haven't seen it, but I know what it is, and everybody tells me it's really, really great. It's one of those shows I just never ever got around to, but I probably should because when the star of the show is the Grim Reaper, it's doing something right.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And Robocop, what do you think of the villain Dick Jones?
Uh oh yeah, it was funny because I was going through. I couldn't remember that was the character's name, which was weird. That's such a memorable name. I remember it being pretty fun and over the top and everything, like the rest of the movie is. So yeah, I remember it being pretty enjoyable.
Did he miss? Thank you for the $5 super chat. Do you think dark equates to quality?
Oh no, definitely not. It's like any other genre or style. There's, I want to say a right way and a wrong way, but even that's pretty simplistic. There just has to be something. There has to be something relatable enough for the person watching to connect to why it's being done, why it's you know, and is it being done in a creative way that's fulfilling, that's worth getting through the darkness. One of my favorite examples is the Jim Carrey Christmas Carol, which is hugely dark. And I love a good dark Christmas Carol, but it was so relentlessly dark that they didn't leave much space for the joy of Christmas in there. And that's what it's supposed to accomplish. So that's a good example of it focusing a little too much on that. But there are still very good things in there. So yeah, no, I don't think just because you add dark that equals something positive. But I am a fan of it. So if something is darker, I do gravitate towards it a little bit more. But yeah, I've seen a ton of stuff that's really dark and really awful.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. Doug, all of Spectacular Spider Man has been uploaded in Hall of Heroes.
Cool.
The Wizard of What, thank you for the $10 super chat. Wicked spoilers. I'm going to reword this a little bit so it's not quite too spoilery. Part of me wishes you made your Jurassic Rebirth review this year instead of last year, so when you made the joke, needs more straw man, you can cut to a picture of Scarecrow.
Yeah, guess I could have done that. I mean, granted, Scarecrow's been around for a while, so I guess I could have done it for any of them.
Headshot, thank you for the $5 super chat. What do you think if the next Kingdom Hearts focuses on shows, like Sora meets Anne and
Oh
Amphibia and
no,
meets
I'm
Luce
sorry.
in the Boiling Isles?
Sorry, I realized what you were doing with that. Sorry, I think it was because the
specific
way you
actor?
reworded it. I'm like, oh, now I got what you're doing. Yeah, you're right. That would have been clever. I get it now. Could you read that question again? I'm sorry.
Yes, yes. What do you think if the next Kingdom Hearts focuses on shows, like Sora meets Anne and Amphibia or Luce in the Boiling Isles?
I would love that, especially Owl House. I think that'd be a lot of fun, or even Gravity Falls. Well, Owl House would be more fun. I'd totally be down for that.
Ricky, thank you for the $5 super chat. If you have ever seen the Avengers Doomsday teasers, how did you felt upon seeing the original Fox X-Men cast return and joining the MCU 26 years later?
I'm personally not a fan of bringing back all these actors. It feels desperate to me. Um, but at the same time, the teasers are done well. I I think it's going to be too crowded. I think it's going to rely too much on nostalgia. And if we're going to do X-Men, I want new X-Men. Um, which you can bring back one or two. You can have Kelsey Grammer as Beast. That's fine. But I was concerned hearing all that, but at the same time, yeah, I can't act like I'm still not a huge X-Men fan. I want to see what they're going to do in the MCU. This could just be a setup to something else. And again, I don't know what they're going to do with it. So I have concerns, but it doesn't mean it's going to be bad.
I Blastoise, thank you for the 500 bits, and I know you said we could skip this, but I'm still going to read the base of it. Thoughts on Send Help?
Haven't seen it yet.
Larry Lester, thank you for the 500 bits. Has your position over the state of your show and change in your Christmas with the Cranks review stated the same considering let me start over. I'm trying to make this make sense. Has your position over the state of your show and change in your Christmas with the Cranks review stated the same considering your brain illness forced you to alternate between your old style?
Yeah, well, even going back to something that's a little bit more familiar to the original style, what I'm saying is still different, and the way I'm presenting it is much more me. Um, it's just more exaggerated. But then I also still like having Heather and Malcolm come in, working off of them, still taking an idea, maybe like one of the major ideas of the movie that I'm reviewing, and diving into it more with that. There's still things that I'm like, okay, well, the thought is always, well, I can say this in one joke, or I can really expand upon it. And if it's something where I can expand upon and get more things out of it through a visual and kind of dive into more ideas with it, I like doing that. So I can't do it as much as I would like, but it's still there. So I feel like if you were to compare even now with it being more like the original style, it's still not the same. It's still there's not as much screaming. I don't hate everything that I'm reviewing. There's talk of positive stuff. There is a lot more analyzing in there, and we do work in more people and visuals with it compared to the early years. So no, I feel like that change is there, but again, that does kind of tie into what I'm doing. Sometimes a change can happen that you don't have control over or you don't necessarily want, but you got to work with that too. And that's just part of the game.
Alex Luft, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hello, Doug. Would you consider reviewing Days of Thunder?
It's gonna sound weird. I don't know if I've seen the whole thing all the way through. What I saw was fine. I guess it wasn't really grabbing me that much. I should sit down, probably watch the whole thing. So yeah, we'll see.
The NES Rookie, thank you for the $5 super chat. What's an aspect of a movie that you had no idea you'd enjoy as much as you did before seeing it? For me, the cinematography of Rental Family was amazing.
Mm. Uh, almost all of Kung Fu Panda. I almost went to see that just kind of as a joke. I'm like, it's called Kung Fu Panda with Jack Black. Come on, and it was weirdly super good. And one of the most surprising things was I think that was the first film I saw, first animated film, definitely on a digital projection, and
Oh.
I was just blown away by how amazing it looked. Because everybody talked about at the time, I think Attack of the Clones was the first film shot on digital film, but there weren't digital projectors that were showing it, so everybody said it looked kind of blurry. But with Kung Fu Panda, there clearly was because it was just one of the most clear, amazing things I ever saw on a big screen. I just couldn't believe how amazing it looked. And on top of that, it's very funny. It's got some great philosophy to it. It even has some good drama to it and everything. So, yeah, just that whole experience, I think, was pretty surprising.
Bismarck, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hi, Doug. Will you review Tokyo Godfathers? It considered to be the best Christmas movie of all time.
I wouldn't go that far, but it is very good. Um, it is one of those where whenever people talk about Christmas films, that just that people don't talk about, that's popping up more and more, which is nice to see. And there are a lot of little subtle things in there. Watching it again, I'm like, oh, I totally missed that. Holy smokes! Which is pretty neat. It's a little tricky to do anime because again, copyright laws in Japan are a little different. So we'll have to see, but it is a very good film if anyone hasn't seen it. I feel like it's slowly getting more and more attention over the years.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Which Disney afternoon villain do you like more? Duke Igthorn from Gummy Bears or Fat Cat from Rescue Rangers?
Oh, that's rough. I think Fat Cat's like a better villain. He's a better combination of like funny and menacing. But in terms of laughs, I do like the one from Gummy Bears. I think his voice is just so funny. Just anyone with this type of voice is gonna win me over.
NASA, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen the new special yet? And if you have, what are your thoughts?
It's funny. I bet you're talking about the Muppet special, because like you're the fifth or sixth person to ask me about it. No, I haven't yet. I'm excited to though because the commercials look good and everybody's saying it's pretty funny, so I'm really excited to see it.
Hyperdevil Fangirl Boner, thank you for that 63-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
that. Every once in a while, I'll see a comment somewhere online upset with Doug for the changes made to the NC over the years. And yet I'm certain if Doug had made zero changes, the complaints would likely be, it's the same thing every week. When will he do something different? You just can't win with the internet, can you?
Oh, and you have to any entertainment, any creative field, you're not gonna always win. Um, and there's definitely been times I've experimented with something, and sometimes it's gone over well, sometimes it hasn't gone over well. I just know that's part of it, and I never take it that personally, especially as someone that critiques other people's art. And film and TV shows and everything that's so much bigger than what I'm doing, and so many more things can go wrong with what they're doing. So those people don't seem to take it personal. If anything, sometimes they reach out and they say they like my review, whether it's positive or negative. And I don't do that either. I guess they say you need a thick skin to be in this line of work, but for me, what I'm doing is so much fun, and I am allowed to experiment. I am allowed to try something different basically whenever I want it. I'm so thankful for that. So for me, that more than balances it out because I love doing this. And I think that's the major thing is that one of the reasons I like doing this as opposed to going the Hollywood route is that you would have to deal with producers and people that finance it and everyone wants to make changes and everything. And I don't have to deal with that. If something goes wrong, I can change it. I can do something different in the next episode. Uh, so I'm just allowed to do what I absolutely love doing. And I'm still so thankful to all you watching, allowing me to do that. Cause yeah, I am living the dream and I really have all of you to thank for that. So just thank you so much again for that.
Gianfranco, thank you for the $14 super chat. Hi, Doug and Heather. An NC review of Sin City, one of my all time favorite movies, except for the sequel. Mickey Rourke was just perfect as Marv in that role.
See, I love the sequel too. I wish it ended on a better note. It kind of ends on a blasé note, but I thought the sequel was great. I do want to do a review of both those movies. I gotta see about how I want to go about it, but yeah, I really, really want to talk about those movies because I just love the hell out of them.
The Icelandic Psycho, thank you for the 300 ISK through Super Chat. Thoughts on Robin's Reckoning episode from Batman the Animated Series?
Oh, I like it. I was surprised to find Randy Rogel wrote those episodes. I always knew him as a songwriter. I had no idea he was writing like scripts, uh, and like good scripts and dramatic scripts. So when I found that out, I was really surprised by that. Just even blown away even more by his talent. Um, yeah, no, I that image of just that broken rope swinging back, that is such a chilling image. That was such a like I was a teen watching that. I was still like, whoa, when I saw that. That was like something out of like a Twilight Zone episode or something like that. It was so effective. So yeah, no, I remember them being good episodes.
We might have to pick up the pace just a little bit
Gotcha.
here. Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And the bad guys, who is your least favorite member of the team? For me, it's the Piranha.
Me too. I don't hate him, but he's not my favorite.
The Wizard of What, thank you for the $5 super chat. Are you still planning to review Superman 25? And can we please get a hint for the Disney movie you're reviewing this month?
Oh, there's actually two I'm reviewing this month. It is, I think, the 20th anniversary of it coming up this month. So that's a good hint.
KJK, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey Doug, while you're right that the story of Marvel Rivals doesn't really affect the gameplay, the lore is actually pretty interesting if you want to look more into it. On that note, what do you think of the game's visual style?
I liked it. Yeah, no, it works pretty well. It's a visual style that I don't get into when you're doing like a fighting game, like a how do I put it? Like a one versus one fighting game,
Mhm.
like Street Fighter or something. But for a game like that, I think it works well.
Dragon, thank you for the $10 super chat. Excuse me? One, are we skipping the NC this week? Two,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on the original Nightmare on Elm Street? It's my favorite movie, and I'm just curious about what you think of it.
I like it. I don't love it. A lot of the classic slasher films I just don't get into. It's just not my thing. But it's good. I acknowledge it's good. And yeah, I was out of town for vacation, so you have a new one next week.
Tom Jackson, thank you for the $5 super chat. Are you showing up at Grand Rapids Comic Con this year? Just asking. I believe you're a regular there.
I think so. We usually show up at November, so look for us then.
Yeah, as long as they'll have us, we'll keep coming. Alexander, thank you for the $5 super chat. And Tommy Boy, Dan Aykroyd's character, has a pretty good quote saying, "What the American public doesn't know is what makes them the American public."
All right, that's a good line. That's a good line.
Deep Dive Media, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, love the channel. Favorite Predator movie?
Uh, I'll still go with the first one. I like the newer ones that have come out, but first one's a classic.
Justin, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you ever watch the DuckTales remake? If you did, do you think they should remake another one like Darkwing Duck or Gargoyles?
I'd be down for Darkwing Duck. Gargoyles would be trickier because that one's pretty flawless, but yeah, I'd be down. And I did Disney December on the remake, so you can watch that.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In the 2023 Netflix Christmas Carol, what do you think of Luke Evans as Scrooge?
Uh, Not bad, but not great. The whole thing was very odd.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Would you like to see more Kingdom Hearts classic animation worlds?
I mean, whatever they have ideas for, I'm down with, but they have to want to do it. You know what I mean?
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you or anyone on CA been to Dominican Republic? I'm going there at the end of the month.
I don't, maybe on a cruise briefly, but definitely not enough to explore it.
Yeah, I haven't been. Larry Lester, thank you for the 500 bits. Do you fear the day might come where both Malcolm and Heather decide to leave, and every actor you approach to replace them will turn it down?
Every single actor I do an audition for. Why are they even showing up to an audition then? I mean, I love working with them, and whenever that happens, I mean, one of these days it has to end, and whenever that is happens, it's gonna be very, very sad.
Yeah. Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Kung Fu Panda, what do you think of the scene where Oogway says goodbye to Shifu?
I like it. It works very well. I don't know. Most of the stuff works very well in those movies.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And the bad guys, what do you think of the commissioner? I think she's the funniest character.
Yeah, so she was okay in the first one. I love the animation on her. I just thought the lines could have been funnier, and I thought the lines were a lot funnier in the second one. So yeah, I thought she was great.
All right, phew, we did a great job of
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, we did a great job.
We got 6 minutes left.
Yeah, amazing. We got some time here, chat.
All
All
right.
right. Dirk over on YouTube asks, "What about Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom review?"
I did it. You know what? You might be looking at one of those compilations. I haven't updated the compilation to include some of the newer Jurassic Park movies. So, but yes, it's on there. Just type it in. You should be able to find it.
Matt Gamer over on Twitch says, "Hi Doug, my first time catching your Q&A for this year. So happy. Pretty much still the new year. Also, did you see Heather's earlier stream today? Let's just say she couldn't bear it. Sorry, Heather. You know what? Here, have a boo. Have a boo. I don't want your bear puns, okay?"
Obviously, having something to do with bees. I'm sure. Yes.
Yes. Geodude over on YouTube says, "Hey Doug, have you heard of the new Sony animated movie called Goat about to come out soon? It's apparently supposed to have the same animation team from Spider-Verse. Are you going to check it out?"
I was frozen.
Yeah. In fact, it was either that or Wuthering Heights, and I actually do want to see Wuthering Heights a little bit more. But I'm like, people are going to tune in to see my thoughts on Goat, so I'll probably do that.
Movie Lover over on Twitch says, "Did you ever watch Schoolhouse Rock growing up? And if so, what's your favorite song?"
Oh, of course I did. I mean, the ones everybody loves, Conjunction Junction, I'm Just a Bill. Yeah, those are the ones I probably remember the most.
James, thank you for the $10 super chat. Appreciate
you.
that. Which of these Richard Fleischer directed films is your favorite? 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, the Disney one, Fantastic Voyage, Tora Tora Tora, or Soylent Green?
I want to say Soylent Green because it's the darkest and has kind of the coolest idea and everything, but I think 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I saw it when I was a kid, and that was such a cool idea, and it was fun and neat and had sophistication to it, and was pretty faithful to the book. So yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Sean49 Doctor over on Twitch says, "Doug, are you a Rolling Stones fan? And what do you think of their 1970 film, Gimme Shelter?"
I've never seen it. How did I put? I'm a fan without probably hearing nearly enough of their stuff. Again, there's a lot of things in music in terms of bands from years back that I should be more caught up on, and I'm not. But what I've heard, I really like. But yeah, I'm not nearly educated enough on it. I should really hear more.
Drummond Demon over on YouTube says, "In Transformers, what do you think of Shockwave? IDW expanded on the character in amazing ways. Just search up IDW Shockwave story."
Let me check real fast which one that is. I don't know why I'm blanking on which one this is. I mean, I see he's purple and everything, but I guess it didn't leave that big an impact. I mean, like, I recognize the name, but I'm like, yeah, any kind of character or anything, I'm just going completely blank on. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I guess he just didn't leave that big an impact.
Headshot says, Heather, have you finished the Tangled series? I got a question to ask that includes spoilers. I have. I have finished the Tangled series. It's done. Wingweaver over on Twitch says, I'd get back into the Lord of the Rings, but I don't want to make a hobbit of it. Shire enough.
A double one, even better.
Yeah,
We've had
there
one
we
pun,
go.
yes. What about second pun?
Methuselah over on YouTube says, if Doug ever does a clipless review again, it should be Jackass for obvious reasons. Wow, thank you.
That's good.
wants,
I like that.
wants to see me go through all the not the puns, the abuse.
Oh, the bear, but I thought you were just talking about Jackass in general, like you just doing all the stuff ourselves.
Yeah. Alfredo Ramirez says, are you more excited for Doomsday or Spider-Man Brand New Day?
Spider-Man, honestly. Not to say I'm not looking forward to Doomsday and what they're gonna do, but like I said, the cast. I don't know if I'm one of the few people out there that got really concerned about the cast list. And it's not Robert Downey as Doom, that I'm a little curious about, but just bringing back all the other people, I think it's going to be cluttered. I think it's just it feels a little desperate. I don't know how they're going to pull it off, but I could be wrong. It'd be great to be totally wrong about that.
Robert says, hi, Doug. Did you watch Squid Game? You like it?
No, I haven't seen it. I hear it's great. I should probably check it out. I know what it's about and everything, but I haven't had a chance to watch it.
July Media says, what Marvel game do you want to do for Disney-Cember 2026? Maybe Marvel Cosmic Invasion?
Uh, Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Knight Who says, nope. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Afternoon, CA crew probably already asked, but have you or are you planning to see Iron Lung?
I like to see it. I don't know when I'm going to, or if I'll be able to see it in time to do a review. Or if I do a review, it'd be a lot later. But I'm curious with all the buzz it's been getting and sort of doing at the box office and stuff. I am curious.
Okay, and that is going to perfectly lead us to 8 o'clock
Alrighty.
here. Thank you,
Alrighty.
everyone, so much for being here. We super, super appreciate it. I know we've been gone, but we're mostly back. I have to say, mostly back because we have stream tomorrow. Malcolm will be here on Thursday, but no stream on Friday still. Okay.
Next week, I'll be back full force.
Okay.
Everything.
Yeah.
There'll be a new NC. We'll have a Q&A stream. We'll have the Friday stream. Yeah, everything will be back on. This is a light return.
Yeah. It's just slowly reintroducing some
Yes.
Doug back into your diet right
Yes.
now, you know?
I like that.
Too much would make you sick.
Too much to make you lose your hair.
Yeah. So, yes, please come back to Twitch tomorrow. Malcolm is playing Deltarune for the first time ever. So that's been fun. But like I said, no Friday. I'm going to be back here on Monday as well, playing more Pokemon ZA. So just come hang out and say hello, all right? Have a great rest of your evening, everyone. And we will see you all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.